I like to fish these little rats, right? Well, a rat is basically a square bill crankbait, but you have to fish it very, very slow on the surface. And of course, you pick up nice bass like this. Good morning, guys. Out here doing a little fishing today out in Goodall State Park. As you can tell by looking behind me, it is full of cypress trees. This water is like a gin black. But today I'm going to talk about fishing a rat. Yep, a rat. Now, a rat has a very wide action swim. It's got a lot of wobble to it. And the key thing with a rat is you need to swim it slow. Now, the big difference, everybody thinks topwater, you got to go fast. But fishing a rat, I have found, since this is a slower moving topwater bait, it's better to use a slow gear ratio reel. Now this is the kastking White Max. You can actually go with the new Royal Legend Elite, is a nicer reel than this. I just don't have one yet, but I've rigged this up with a kastking Speed Demon Pro square bill rod. Now, a square bill rod is kind of a softer rod. It has a light tip on it. The tip's kind of soft. So I think it works a little better running these rats. Now, a rat technically is a square bill. It has a big square bill on it. It depends on where you tie it. If you tie it low, it's going to hold the rat up on the surface more. If you tie it up high on the nose, it's going to make them go deeper. I prefer to tie the bottom so it stays up high. Now with this reel and rod combo, it makes it go real slow. It's a 5.1 to 1 gear ratio, which just barely makes that rat weave on the surface. Now with these rats, what I like to do is I'll reel it a little while, make it swim for a minute, and then I'll just stop. And the rat's tail will kind of keep fluttering a little bit. And then I just start reeling it again real slow. You want to reel it just so it's just moving fast enough to make the body work, but not dig it down under the surface. I like to work them real close to trees if possible, because a lot of times the bass will hang out around these cypress trees, and in this thick cover, they won't find them as much out in the open, because you're really not going to find like a rat swimming through the open water. If you can work it right next to a tree like it's going to try to climb the tree, you're going to get a lot better strike. I usually like to run the smaller rats. I did change the hook out that was on here. It had just a standard hook, and I put one of the trapper hooks on there. It's got a little better hookups than the traditional hook that was on it. Like I said, when you're fishing a rat, work it real slow. And you can pause it as much as you want. Reel it 2 or 3 times, make it swim a little bit, and then stop. And reel it a couple times, and then stop. It's going to make that rat look more realistic, and it's not going to make them as fast moving. A really wide wobble to it. The fish really like that wobble.